All right, here we go. All right, things are happening at lightning speed here this evening. It's Chris live here on the local music show. Glad to have you along on 106.3 and 99.1. So just a quick review there. We had Anaria. We kicked off the show with Josh Logan, and then that was brand new stuff from Dave Gerard from the band Truffle. His new CD 5 to be released this coming Friday. It's like 'tis the season for new music. He'll be at the Riverwalk Cafe in Nashua if you're so inclined to swing on over and check that out. And now, introducing the guys from One Time Mountain. OTM in the house.
You guys are so cool. Oh my god.
They're closer there. So we've got Jeff with us.
What's going on?
And Brian.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Matt's back there.
Hello.
And Andrew.
Hey guys.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for having us in.
Oh, happy to have you here on a Sunday night. So let's start right at the beginning. One Time Mountain. Where'd you all come from? How'd you get together?
With the powers that be, Craigslist.
Yeah. Jeff and I were in a thing called Lifeline, and we had recorded a bunch of tunes that ended up becoming the first One Time Mountain EP. But we found Andrew on Craigslist, and so we were like the core of the band, and we just started hammering away at our Window Shaded EP. Then we went through some members, but we found Milton on Craigslist, and Matt reached out to us, and we've been playing with those guys for almost a year now, and so that's the lineup that we've got right now.
So you and Andrew, lifelong friends?
We used to date back in high school.
No, me and Brian have actually known each other for probably like 8 years or something like that.
Yeah, he's a little younger than me. I have a younger brother that used to hang out with him when they were like 5, and Jeff and I kept in touch, and one day we started jamming. Andrew comes from a band called Red Goodbye, and they're kind of like internet famous a little bit.
That's cool.
And yeah, I met Andrew pretty much. We started the band like right after we talked that time. Pretty much, we just started working. So I've known him for a few years.
So how long have you all been together?
So we're coming up. This is like our 3rd year, at least with us 3, and then Matt, our drummer, and Milton, our bassist, have joined within the last year. So we've had a solid lineup for almost a year now.
Oh, cool. And it looks like the most interesting man in the world over there in the corner is looking to join up too. So
Yeah, he's welcome. He brings the beer. He's in.
you know what? He can get you through did you see that story where someone was in one of those carpool lanes? And they dressed up
I
the
did
most
see
interesting
that,
man
yeah.
in the world and got bagged. Probably because of the
Always
open
do.
bottle. That's never a good sign.
He's too recognizable.
But it wasn't me though. It wasn't me. I see doing it. So One Time Out. So you've been together. You're doing some writing. Who does most of the writing, or is it a collaborative thing?
Yeah, it's a collaborative thing. We'll bring our ideas in. A lot of times, me and Brian will bring our ideas in, and then we let the band be creative with their own parts. Let the drummer do his thing, let the bassist add his line, and that way it's a group effort. It's more fun that way.
And it seems pretty cool. Like you guys are always doing some fun stuff because we're going to put the Wayback Machine to our holiday show that we had toward the end of last year. Was it you, Brian, that sent me the Jingle Bells?
Yeah, I sent it. We originally wanted to do like that song as a full band, but then I saw that you were looking for music, and so what actually happened was the only people that have laid down tracks was Matt and Jeff. So I was like, hey, can you take what we got, please?
And I did, and I used it as like the music bed through the whole show, like bumper music and stuff. So it worked out pretty cool. So that was the first exposure that the Frank listeners had to One Time Mountain was the Christmas show, and lo and behold, here we are with some great tunes. So we've been spinning your tunes.
So Scared,
So
yeah.
Scared, which is great. You've got the video out for that. And how long's that video been up? Because you've got a newer one now.
It's been up
right?
for a couple months, yeah, and then we just released our latest video is called Back to You, and that was a song off of our 2nd EP. And that one was a fun video because that one starred the man of the hour here, Brian Murphy, as the lead actor. And so he made his acting debut with his
Looking for
gorgeous
agents.
long hair.
So not just a performance video, but
Yeah, I
actually
didn't
the
look
whole
homeless in
plot
that
line
video,
itself.
so that was really cool. I shaved, I had straight hair.
Yeah, a lot of times we most of our videos, you know, we're just rocking out as a group.
Yep.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, some individual shots. But this time we were like, all right, we need a theme. We want some scenes in there. Where
Someone's
got to
look handsome.
So that was a fun video.
Did you have to draw the short straw for that, or what?
Oh man, I can't. Every time.
The So Scared video, I was talking to you before you were on, was pretty cool because it had that industrial setting to it, and I've got a connection to that, you know, growing up, and my dad was an entrepreneur, always in a machine shop type atmosphere, and so I related to that right away with that really industrial feel for that video, and I guess Matt, you got a little something to do with that, huh?
Yep, shot it, directed it, we all collaboration, but I did the editing, the shooting, and we had that's basically where we rehearse, is in that same location, so it's convenient, easy to get to.
Cool. And I'm watching that video, Andrew, and your hands were just black. You're holding on to those
touching
chains, the cranes and stuff.
it was grease everywhere, but it kind of worked for the video. It was
Right, and you
fun.
got to do it. You got to get into the part, right?
Exactly. I was channeling my inner Miley Cyrus, just swinging on the chain like I was a wrecking ball.
How about you channel your one-time mountain for us? Do
I
a
can
tune
do
here?
that, yeah.
Let's do a tune for us. What do you got to tell me about the song you're gonna do?
This song is called Unburied, and this is one of our singles off of our second EP.
Okay. Give them a second to get settled in here. One Time Mountain live here on the Local Music Show on Frank.
Life
Good job, guys.
One Time
Oh, geez.
Mountain here on the local music show. Frank, that was fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Looking forward to hearing the rest of the EP. That was off the latest one.
What's that?
Yeah, second EP. We've got 2 EPs so far. We're gonna play you a song later off the first EP.
Okay.
That one was Unburied off the second EP, and we're excited to announce that we have a third EP coming out probably next month.
Didn't you just release the second EP not that long ago?
It was a little while ago. We just had still releasing singles off of it, and then the latest video, Back to You, was from that second EP. But that was the last single off that album. So our new stuff's it's a lot harder. It's different. We're excited. A lot more energy.
Exploring different sides of the band. You got to do that, right? So you've been out playing quite a bit. Who are some of your favorites that you played with?
From the local scene, we've had a lot of fun playing with Anaria from New Hampshire.
Yeah, we
Hey
just
guys.
played them a little while ago
Yep.
too.
Great band.
Wicked cool guys. We played with Arrow. Really like those guys. Great sound. And then from Rhode Island, Space Pony. And we also did play a show with Simple Complex. So those are the local guys you have had a lot of fun playing with. And actually, coming up at the end of May 31st, we're opening up for our first national act. So we're really happy about that. We're opening up for Buck Cherry,
Nice.
actually. Yep. Over at the Claddagh in Lawrence. If any of you listeners want to go and see us there.
And we were talking about this, and sounds like a really cool, almost festival type atmosphere you were telling me about. Can we talk about that, or are we not supposed to talk
Yeah,
about
no, absolutely.
We got to talk about that.
Come on, people, get to the show. So, basically, what's going on is so New England Concerts is running the show, and they're taking the Claddagh parking lot. They got like 2 big lots, and they're taking one of them, and they're kind of like converting it into like a festival-esque thing going on, where they're, if you imagine the stage the venue's a rectangle. At one end of the rectangle, they're going to have the stage, and then along the sides, so of it, they're going to have like vendors,
it? Tents of all kinds of
Yeah,
different stuff.
that's what I was told. So something along those lines, and it's gonna be. I think at the door. I think it starts at 12 o'clock. There's a bunch of different bands playing, and the headliner is gonna be Buck Cherry. So yeah, we're psyched to be on that show. We've been selling tickets like crazy, which is really good, and we're gonna be playing some of the stuff that's coming up on our 3rd EP there. So
Awesome. What's
Yep.
the date on that?
It's May 31st, yeah. I mean, you can't ask, after the winter we had here, you
Oh.
can't ask for anything more. It's going to be rain or shine outside. I know it's
Outside.
going to be a beautiful day.
Let's
It's
get
gonna be-
outside.
It's going to be beer and people and,
And music.
music and live bands and it's,
greasy food, I'm sure is gonna be there.
Sounds like the perfect combination to me.
Exactly.
I'll be there the 31st. I'll have to check my calendar, but I'm pretty sure that I'd love to come down and check that out and to see you guys in your element now that you've been in
Awesome.
mine.
Love it.
We'd love to have you.
Definitely.
So it's One Time Mountain here on the local music show on Frank. So May 31st, opening up for Buck Cherry at the Claddagh, but not in the Claddagh, outside the Claddagh.
Even
At
better.
the Claddagh.
Even bigger.
At the Claddagh. Somewhere on the premises, there'll be a big wall of sound, and that's where you should gravitate to. Tickets, like you said, you're selling them. You can get them at onetimemountain.com.
Yeah, there's a contact. You can message us there. We'll try to set up a link if we can, but we'll definitely supply a link to get it to us, or if you can PayPal the band, and we'll mail you or drive to your abode, personally to get you the tickets. And as long as it's cool, we'd like to give some away tonight, or release them at the station for you guys.
Yeah, we'll do that toward the end there when we can field some phone calls and stuff. So anyone out there that wants to check out One Time Mountain opening up for Buck Cherry at the Claddagh, which is just fun to say for some reason. I don't know why. We'll give those away in just a little bit. So how about enticing the audience? My phone's blowing up. And people are saying, is this One Time Mountain music? Is that, no, it's One Time Mountain playing the music here this evening. Check them out. Definitely
No,
link
we're
up
not
with them on
country.
Facebook.
We're not a country band.
No, we're not country. No, far from it. You said you're going to do another song for us, one from the previous EP now? We're
Yeah,
jumping
this was,
around, right?
Yeah, this was our first single off of our first EP. Brian wrote this song, and this is kind of one of the songs that I heard from these guys that enticed me to join the band, so it's one of our favorites.
So where does the song come from, Brian? Tell me a little bit about the, where's
Okay, so
the inspiration for
I
this
wrote the music. I'm 24 now. I started writing that like I was 18. I didn't really know what to do with it, and then my first girlfriend broke up with me, and
There you go.
That's where those lyrics come from. So half the lyrics I wrote anyways, they were all like kind of like related to that. But that's what that song's about, just kind of figuring out where you are at the end, kind of like when things aren't going so good, where where's the relationship going. That's kind of what that song's about, you know, and you know it's on the way out.
Cool. So we're expecting the little
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 angst.
angst on this one here. All right. So can we hear it?
Absolutely.
Awesome. It's One Time Mountain live here on the local music show on Frank.
Window shaded. All right, this one's window shaded, guys. 1, 2, 1.
I'm sick of all the fighting we made. I've said way more than I should say. Apologies, they only go so far. And I'm not blind, the answers I really don't know. I am waiting for window shaded when you're alone. You think about me, 'cause now my dreams are in black and white. When you're alone, do you think about me? I'm not sure where to go, and I don't even know if we still walk down the same road. So are you with me? You know it ain't easy. Find yourself and then you'll be free. Yeah. And I don't care what happens. I'm just hanging on. I don't care what happens. I'm just hanging on. I can't wait for a window shaded. When you're alone, do you think about me? 'Cause now my dreams are in black and white. When you're alone, do you think about me? I don't care what happens. I'm just hanging on. Oh, I don't care what happens. I'm just hanging on. I am waiting for window shaded. When you're alone, do you think about me? Yeah. Now my dreams are in black and white. When you're alone, do you think about me?
Oh yeah.
All right.
One Time Mountain on the local music show. OTM. You go by OTM sometimes. You
Absolutely.
acronym it or what?
Seen the logo? We get the OTM.
Nice.
That's what it's easier to say. Looks nicer. It fits in a logo.
Easier.
It fits in a design.
We have quite a full studio here tonight, too. I brought in one of your biggest fans. We've got Heather and Robert in the house. Heather taking pictures. You know her from the local music scene because she's at about pretty much everything. You got a question for the band? Anything specific you want me to ask them or you want to ask them? We'll let her think on that for a couple of minutes. So while she's coming up with something, look, I put her on the spot. I like to do that.
You made her blush.
So what's next? I mean, I know you've got the Buckcherry, you've got the EP coming up. What can we expect over the summer here from One Time On? Just out playing gigs and having some fun?
Well, I mean, hey, we got a new EP coming out, and we've already shot, you know, some of the stuff for the music video that's gonna be released with that EP. Yeah, we, you know, hope to open up for some more nationals, maybe play a little out of state.
One thing we have is that we're super lucky that our drummer Matt has a studio in his basement, Matt came to the band with all kinds of recording equipment, videography equipment, lights, sound, anything you could ask for, GoPro cameras. So we're really excited to get really creative this summer.
Oh, cool. So you'll be out shooting some video.
Absolutely, and I think that's where we need to go, is have more content and have more visual stuff to go with the audio, something that's easy to click on, something that exposes people to our faces and, what we're about and our style.
Cool.
We just did a music video where we're driving around. We've got I'm on the motorcycle. Matt's got the camera hanging out the side of the car. We've got the GoPro on the handlebars. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff. We're trying to get really creative.
You guys run into any problems with the police or anything like that when you're doing stuff?
No, shooting some videos is a little tricky, getting permission from certain people. We try to film in Groton and at the Bancroft Castle, and they thought they owned it. They were given this list of things that we needed to have in order to be able to film there legally, and then they're like, oh yeah, we don't own that property. So sometimes you run into stuff like that. But we haven't had any serious issues, so we're thankful for it.
And of course, one of the things you're always doing is writing.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always.
It's a non-stop process.
Yeah. We got a lot of talent.
What do you listen to when you're not listening to One Time Mountain?
Oh, we have
Everything.
super different
Music.
tastes. What do you, Matt?
Anything from movie soundtracks, classical music, some pop here and there. A lot of my music taste comes from heavier stuff, Periphery, Dream Theater, symphonic stuff. Me and Brian have a lot of parallels. When it comes to music taste, me and Jeff too, but different genres. So I kind of blend with all these guys as far as interests.
Because I always think that's an interesting insight into a band. Like, what were you listening to on the way here?
Yeah.
I currently have Eminem in my car, so that's what I was listening to.
So you're right, And,
Oh, I was listening to the Bruins trying to.
and I believe
nice
they
if they could get in the playoffs for more than 6 hours at a time.
they went to overtime, Robert, but they did win, right? They won in overtime.
Oh, good. All right.
There we go.
That means Jack Edwards come Thursday will be not as grumpy as he was last week. We do an interview with Jack Edwards on the morning show, voice of the Bruins. So right now it's all about One Time Mountain. So we've been spinning So Scared for probably a couple months now.
Thank you so
And,
much.
I appreciate that.
And thank you to Heather for introducing me to the band here, and some others like Anaria. And I'm just wondering, where do you take it from here? What is your goal for the band? I mean, national within how long? What are your expectations for yourself?
I think these guys in the band work so hard, and they contact people, and they get together with radio stations and promoters and venues, and I think we're all shooting in the future is to start working with some management, someone that can take care of some of that, get us to the next level, so that we can just focus on our performance, writing the best music, giving the best live show.
Because you guys, you got the look, you got the sound. It's just a matter of getting the word out. Really, I think
It's all
that's
about
where
exposure,
it
Thanks so
isn't
much.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is, and I'm doing my part here for
Well,
you.
that's
Thanks
why-
so much.
Yeah,
we
as long as we
appreciate
have
the help.
People who are going to spin our local music, that helps us and everybody around us and the bands we play with, so we can't thank you enough.
And I'm glad we did it tonight, because I don't think I would have got you next Sunday, because I'm looking over here at Matt, and winter is coming. And the big premiere next Sunday night. But we'll all be tucked in here for the local music show until winter gets here. Right. We do appreciate you taking some time coming down on a Sunday night and spending some time with the Frank audience, both on 99.1 and 106.3. So Jeff, Brian, Matt, Andrew, One Time Mountain, rest of the band that's out there.
Milton!
Listening.
Much love.
we missed you, Milton. OneTimeMountain.com is your website.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you've got the big show coming up May
May
31st with Buck Cherry at the Clatta.
Yeah.
I have to say that one more time. So we're going to give away a couple of
Yeah, 2
pairs of
tickets. We got 2 tickets for you guys.
2 pairs or 2 tickets?
2 tickets. 2 tickets.
2 tickets. So
Yeah.
one caller,
2
a
tickets.
pair of tickets. We'll take pick a. What do you guys have? A favorite number with the band or what?
I don't know.
How many songs on your EP?
5. We got 5. We got
5.
We have 2 EPs and they have different numbers. My head
Real
hurts.
number. See, I was the one crashing and burning earlier. Now it's
It's my turn. I'll take the fall. I got this, guys.
We'll use the Warner Mazda hotline, 1-877-370-1063. Caller number 5 right now. We'll get you hooked up with some tickets to check out One Time Mountain, opening for Buck Cherry on May the 31st. I get to say it one more time, too, at the Clatta.
There it is.
I'll tell you what, on your way out the door, and as we give away the tickets, phones are already ringing, we will we'll give So Scared a spin coming up after the commercial break.
Nice.
Guys, thanks for coming in. Don't be strangers.
Oh, thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thank
One
you.
time out here on the local music show on 106.3 and 99.1 Frank.